We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you.
Hey viewers, you're watching La Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. The longest government shutdown in United States history has come to an end as President Donald Trump signed legislation passed by Congress to temporarily fund federal operations. The standoff between Republicans and Democrats, which had paralyzed the government for 42 days, broke on Wednesday when the House of Representatives approved the legislation that had earlier passed the Senate. The shutdown, which had disrupted numerous federal services and caused financial hardship for millions of Americans, will now officially end with federal employees set to receive back pay and operations gradually returning to normal. The legislation marks a setback for the Democrats, whose demands to extend subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, popularly known as Obamacare, were not met. President Donald Trump hailed the bill as a triumph for Republicans, saying, "It's a great day," and emphasizing that the legislation passed without giving in to Democratic demands. The temporary funding measure will keep most government operations running until a full budget is passed, while certain programs such as services for retired military personnel and food assistance for approximately 42 million Americans will continue through September. The Senate, controlled by the Republican majority, had struggled to move the bill due to the procedural requirement of 60 votes. The deadlock was broken when 8 Democrats crossed party lines to vote with Republicans, allowing the bill to proceed. In the House, the vote was largely along partisan lines, passing 222 to 209, with 6 Democrats joining the Republican majority and 2 Republicans voting against it. Federal workers, many of whom had gone without pay during the shutdown, will now receive back pay. Essential employees who continued working, including air traffic controllers and airport security staff, will also be compensated. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy indicated that it could take about a week for major airports to fully lift flight restrictions caused by the shutdown, which had resulted in the cancellation or delays of over 20,000 flights. Notably, President Donald Trump used the signing ceremony to send a political message ahead of the next year's congressional elections, stating, "Today we are sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion." Democrats, however, maintained their criticism, with House Leader Hakeem warning that Republicans would face electoral consequences if they did not extend Affordable Care Act tax credits. Some Democrats, including Congresswoman Mary, justified crossing party lines, citing the immediate impact on citizens dependent on food assistance and other government programs. The bill contains several notable provisions. It reverses the firing of federal employees carried out since the start of the shutdown, protects workers against further layoffs through January, and guarantees payment for all the affected employees. Additionally, an obscure but significant clause prohibits federal prosecutors from searching senators' phone records without prior notice and provides compensation of up to $500,000 for violations, retroactive to 2022 following investigations into the January 2021 Capitol unrest. Financially, the bill will extend government funding through January 30, keeping federal operations on track and adding to the nation's projected annual spending of approximately $1.8 trillion. It also allocates $203.5 million to bolster security for lawmakers and $28 million for Supreme Court justices. Analysts anticipate that the resumption of services, particularly in air travel and food assistance, will provide relief to Americans during the upcoming Thanksgiving and Christmas seasons, while also restoring the flow of key economic data. Overall, the end of shutdown brings relief to approximately 670,000 furloughed federal employees, along with another 670,000 workers who had continued to work without pay. While operations will resume gradually, the signing of the funding bill marks a crucial steps towards stabilizing government functions and addressing the disruptions caused by the longest shutdown in US history. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.